I have 4 minutes left on my phone. So my battery's running out, so I have to hurry up here and take a shower and charge my phone. Before I upload this video and I go to the store and get a nice pack of smokes and enjoy the show, I'm going to what? Right? Yeah. So I'm briefly going to say this, okay? I'm briefly going to say this, world. I keep saying this. Last Hope for Xanus, if it's not done right, if you don't put a lot of money into it, it will not be a better movie than Peter Jackson's Lord of the Rings. As I'm going to keep saying this, Peter Jackson's Lord of the Rings is a very tough movie trilogy to top, as I don't think any movie trilogy will ever top that. I guarantee you, I'm telling you right now, all these trilogies that come out in the future, I can't see any trilogy beating Lord of the Rings, because Lord of the Rings is that good of a series, right? Lord of the Rings is so good, I can't picture any series beating Lord of the Rings, except for Last Hope for Xanus. Last Hope for Xanus is the only trilogy, if it's done right, you put a lot of money into it, it will top Lord of the Rings. You put $1 billion into it, put $400 million towards set building, put unheard amount of money towards the mask, have a good soundtrack, mask for the animals, have Aratat and all the wolves and bats, you feast on the big devils, an amazing soundtrack, an amazing score, unheard of action sequences, world building. You're looking at a better movie than Peter Jackson's Lord of the Rings. The world building of Last of Us is not as good as Lord of the Rings, obviously, because Lord of the Rings has amazing, rich world building, but the story of Last of Us will top Lord of the Rings, Peter Jackson's Lord of the Rings. As Peter Jackson only followed 20% of the book. As I'm reading the book right now, you see the huge difference. Peter Jackson only followed like 20% of the book, man. Whereas Ivan O'Mara will be following a good 70% of Last of Us. I'm going to keep saying this. Lord of the Rings has better world building. Lord of the Rings has better world building, but Last of Us is a better story. It tops Lord of the Rings. Right? Lord of the Rings has a better world building, but Last of Us has a better story. Because Last of Us is what? It's a story written by God, obviously. Because I'm God and I have the creative gift, and I know how to control your mind and keep you hooked, because I was born with that amazing gift, I'm able to keep you hooked throughout the whole book, the way even J.R.R. Tolkien didn't even keep you hooked. But I told you, Lord of the Rings is more interesting if you read it out loud. If you listen to an audiobook or you read or you watch my interesting series, the Lord of the Rings book comes more to life. It's more interesting. Hence why I'm doing a read along, because it's a lot more interesting when I do a read along of Lord of the Rings. Whereas if you read in your head, it can be a bit of a drag and it can be dry. It can be a bit boring. Hence why I am doing this read along, because I want all you guys who haven't read the books to get some insight into what the books are actually about. Because there's a lot of people who've seen the movies who are not book nerds who have never read the books. Hence why I'm doing a read along for my Lord of the Rings For my Lord of the Rings series. I have a minute left here. And I told you there's a 45% chance I'll hire one of those two directors, Peter Jackson, Mel Gibson, pay them a nice $4 million. I'll have them correct the script with me, and give them 50% control for the concert arts. Have them executive produce, give them producing power. And I'll also give them 100% creative control. But there's a 55% chance I'm going to direct myself, as I don't want anyone to read my story. As Last of Us is a very unique story, and I don't want anyone touching it. I don't want anyone reading my story. That's why there's a good chance I'm going to end up directing myself. Obviously, this is it for this video. Stay tuned. Tomorrow I'll be starting chapter 5, which is Conspiracy Unmasked. You're looking at a very interesting read along for that. This is Ivan O'Mara. I'm signing out. Peace.